And happy Sunday. I'm your host, Jolly, and you're tuned in to Sunny Days, where last week's brightest stories shine all in one place. Well, first up, did you know? Did you know that when leaves change colors in the fall, they're not turning red, orange, and yellow? They're revealing those colors that were hidden underneath all along. During spring and summer, trees pack their leaves with chlorophyll. That's what makes them green and helps them soak up the sunlight like little solar panels. But when autumn rolls in and the days grow shorter, trees start to pull back that green pigment to save energy for winter. So, what's left behind? The golden yellows from carotenoids. Yep, the same thing that makes carrots orange. And the rich reds, they form when sugar gets trapped in the leaves. Basically, nature's doing her own version of tie dye before, taking a nap. So the next time you see a fiery forest or a crunchy leaf pile, just remember that's the tree's farewell performance, a standing ovation before the curtain call of winter comes. Mm-hmm. And in our entertainment edition this week, well, we went to what was coming up on the big screen and we found a few things. Up first was The Predator Badlands. It's already out, came out Friday, I believe, November the 7th. Um, it's a fresh take in the Predator saga. It's on a remote in a remote alien world, a young predator outcast named Deke finds an unlikely ally in Thea, an android, and embarks on a dangerous journey to prove himself in a clan that's written him off. And then there's Christy, also out last Friday, a biological drama follows boxer Christy Martin as she rose to fame in the 1990s and later survives a brutal personal attack. And coming up is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. The next chapter in the Magic Heist franchise, the original Four Horsemen recruit a younger team of illusionists for a high-stake drama heist against a powerful crime family. And then out November the 21st, Wicked for Good, a musical fantasy sequel, reimagines the world of Oz. Years after the first film, Elphaba is living in hiding while Glinda rises in the public spotlight. Their friendship and purpose are challenged as new forces seek to control the land. Out November 26th is Zootopia, an animated adventure for all ages. Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde dive into a new mystery when a reptile population hidden in Zootopia disrupts the city's balance. They go undercover, it challenges their partnership, and they explore parts of the world they had never seen. Also out, Eternity, out November 26th, fantasy romance drama. It explores the what forever really means when a couple faces forces beyond time. Wow, that's a good variety of choices out there for us to choose from, and there's more that are coming. And this week's Jolly Chat story, The Little Piggies Thanksgiving Celebration. Well, once upon a chilly November morning, the three little piggies woke up with one mission: to throw the best Thanksgiving feast in the whole barnyard. The first piggy, Penny, was in charge of decorations. She hung corn husk and tied tiny bows on pumpkins, then accidentally glued her tail to a tablecloth. It's called art, she said proudly. The second piggy, Percy, handled the cooking. He made mashed potatoes so fluffy they nearly floated away. He tried to baste the turkey, but sneezed halfway through and seasoned it with pepper and chaos. Well, the third piggy, Paula, took care of the gratitude. She set a long table under the old oak tree and invited everyone, the cows, the chicken, and yes, even the fox, on probation. No nibbling the guests this year, she warned. As the sun set and the smell of pie filled the air, they all sat together, giggling and snorting and passing the gravy. The first piggy was thankful for her glue finally drying. The second for not burning down the barn, and the third for friends who showed up, tails, feathers, fur, and all. And when the stars blinked above the farm, the little piggies clinked their mugs of warm apple cider and said, "May every day be this full of laughter, full of love, and the leftovers." The end. And our Thursday thought to ponder this past week was, what if you were a present this season? What would your tag say? Would it say, handle with care? Would it, or open at your own risk? Would you come with an instruction manual like step one, feed snacks, step two, compliment often, step three, recharge with naps? And let's be honest, some of us would be the kind of gift that rattles suspiciously when you shake it. A total mystery, a little chaos, but always unforgettable. So maybe this season, let's go ahead and be busy with the wrapping paper and the bows, but you just show up as the gift you already are. Fabulous, slightly unpredictable, and guaranteed to make people laugh. Yeah. And our Friday feel good story, well, it was Faith, Family, and Storm. When the sky over Elkhorn, Nebraska turned dark and roaring last April, the Sturgeon family didn't know that they were about to live through what would be called a miracle. An EF4 tornado tore through their neighborhood, winds howling, walls shattering, the world outside turning into chaos. Inside was a mother and her son, and they did the only thing they could think to do. They threw themselves over the father, who's a quadriplegic, to shield him from the collapsing ceiling. When the storm passed, the house was gone, but the family was still there, alive together, covered in dust, but breathing in gratitude. And in the middle of the wreckage, two crucifixes and a picture of the Virgin Mary still hung on a wall, unbroken, untouched, a quiet, shining reminder that faith can stand even when everything else fails. Today, the Sturgeons are rebuilding their homes, stronger, safer, and filled with thankfulness. And every time they step through the new front door, they say the same thing: we're still here. Because sometimes the miracle isn't that the storm missed you, it's that love and faith carried you through it. Ah, Thanks for joining me for this week's Sunny Daze podcast. I hope these stories carried a little warmth into your heart and a smile onto your face. Remember, no matter what the week brings, there's always a reason to look forward to the sunshine. I'll see you next Sunday with more stories, more spark, and of course, more days filled with sunshine. Until then, stay bright, stay sunny, and most importantly, stay you.